Greetings, one and all, to your bi-weekly dose. Wait, that could mean 2 a week. Your fortnightly dose of this game taster review. This week, because it's topical, we went for
Darksiders 3.
Thank you. And I managed to get some time in before playing, so I managed to spend about 5 hours playing this, which is good. And yeah, so this is the shenanigans we're going to. We were going to do Hollow Knight, but then surprise, this got released, and well, it wasn't really a surprise, but
yeah, you know, it was released on the day it was due to be released.
yeah, I mean, fudge announcements, right?
Of course. So, should we? Is this review going to have spoilers, Drew?
It could potentially have spoilers in it. I'm going to try my hardest not to have any spoilers in the game. This is the very beginning of the game, though. Yes, it does look like a boss fight. Seriously, you get to experience this within the first 5 minutes of the game.
We got links below?
Yep, we'll have links below.
Cool. This is such a professional outfit. And are you sponsored by the developer, publisher, or any affiliates associated with the production of this game?
No.
I answered that quite well. So is it akin to the first one where it's like you're all super powerful at the moment and then you
no.
get stripped, or are
Nope.
you just
Nope.
wow?
None of that. So that's one of the problems I have with this game, is the fact that when you start it, like, you're not oh shit. You're not like you're in the first game where you are just wrecking face and then all of a sudden your powers get stripped away from you. Nope, skipping this. Skipping this! There we go. You are...
Ooh, glowy thing.
Yep. You're run-of-the-mill depowered horseman, which I find very perplexing, because...
Why would you be depowered? Yeah.
Exactly. You know, the plot of this one is that Fury hasn't done anything wrong, so why would she be depowered just like... Oh, what's his name? War. Or... I can't remember if Death is depowered either. I got so bored of the second one.
How good is the game at introducing you to this world, how to play it?
Absolutely shockingly shit. Well, okay, so it's not as bad as I'm making out it is, right? So here's some key differences in Darksiders 3 compared to the first one, at least, right? You rely so heavily on parries, like, so when you dodge at the last second, that you do extra damage or elemental damage in this case. It's shocking, and in fact, this third stat actually increases the damage based on those parries, so it really heavily relies on that. The first game, it wasn't that heavy on that. I have to remember that. Another thing is...
It did have some stuff, but yeah, you're right, it wasn't that heavy.
It was dodge. It was dodge heavy, sure, but this is like split-second, near automata dodging, right? The other big thing is that you heavily rely on, my health is not coming back. It's not regenerating in the slightest. And these dudes are not dropping health orbs. In the bottom left-hand corner, I have this Nephilim Respite, or small health shard, or healing shard, and healing shard. You have to use these items in order to actually heal yourself, right? And it's very... This is apparently I was told explicitly by Joey not to say this, but I'm saying it. It's very Dark Souls oriented, that the healing is managed entirely by the player, right? If there's another game that does it, please, feel free to actually mention. Don't use Dark Souls as a reference, because it's bad.
Because everybody does it.
Well, apparently, right, and you'll get a kick out of this because you're playing it. Someone on, was it IGN or Polygon or something like this? One of the big gaming journalist websites. I have to remember that's there as well. They turned around and said that Spyro Remastered was Dark Souls-like because it was difficult.
Bullshit!
I know, right? It's like
no. Bullshit to it's like Dark Souls. Bullshit to the fact that it's difficult. I'm sorry. I've barely died in the game. Usually, most of the reasons I have died in Spyro is because I am shit at controlling the charge, and I'll just run off the edge of things. Okay, so given the comments of it's Dark Souls-like and not you're feeling that the difficulty curve is a little bit nasty?
yes. Yeah. I did one boss. I think it was the second boss I fought. I had to do it like 7 or 8 times. I always got it so close to death. And a large part of the problem for me is the fact that I have to keep on leveling my gear up, or my character up. And this is another thing that makes it very Dark Souls-esque, is that when you die, you drop all your souls, right? And you have to go back and get them. Now the problem is, if you die to a boss, you can't go get them and then go back to Volgrim to level up so that you have a chance of actually doing the boss. And you push really hard up this mountain, giant boulder up this mountain. It's painful. It's so painful.
Grinding from the get-go. No.
Yeah. So we're at Volgrim right now. This is what I was talking about in terms of leveling up. So I feed him souls, and as such, I level up. So I'm now level 2. I can then go into the character cheat sheet right here, and I can actually spend it on one of these 3 things. Now the good thing is, each level thus far, I'm level 15, I think, on my main account, on my main playthrough. They've only ever cost 1 attribute point, but the number of souls that Volgrim wants increases each time. Based
on what you've played so far, what's the sort of best feature of it?
The combat's actually really solid. One of the things that I like the most about it is you don't have to just run up to something and hit it. You have to be quite clever in how you engage it. I do like the fact that you seem to keep coming back. Well, from playing through now, it does scream to me that there are areas that I need to come back to. Right? Yeah. I just haven't gotten to doing that bit yet because I'm still going down the rabbit hole. Ooh, can I get up here? Yes. So, actually, here's the point. When you die, this is what your souls look like. Now, the good difference to make it not Dark Souls-like, when you die in this, if you then die again in Dark Souls, you lose the souls that you had collected. Right? So say I'm going through, I have 1,000 souls, I die, my 1,000 souls are lying on the floor somewhere, I have to go pick them up. If I die before picking them up, they're flat out gone. Not the case in Darksiders 3.
Nice. So it's a pain, but not as
It's friendlier. Much it's much friendlier.
Yeah. You were saying that you feel that the combat, there we go, combat word, is really solid. What do you feel needs work?
The fucking camera. Oh my god. This thing does my proverbial tits in, right? Because here I am, I've locked onto an enemy, so I have to hold down left trigger the entire time I'm locked onto this enemy. But here's a problem. There's shit around me that are also attacking me. It's not like your stereotypical Assassin's Creed days where everything decides to form a nice orderly line and they're not going to attack you until the person in front has had their turn and dead. And honestly, that pisses me off so much that it's just not fluid in, like, you know, being able to combat. Like, you know, the camera's just... Like, why am I still holding this damn left trigger down? Like, make it a toggle. My finger hurts! My finger genuinely hurts!
Yeah, because at least in the first... I mean, the first one was similar in the sense of you would have stuff... You'd be focused on one thing, and then you'd have other stuff come from behind. And things like that. So you would need to change your focus. But it was toggled.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, in most cases, I just, you know, toggled one thing and then battered the crap out of that, and then toggled onto the next.
I want to know, is there actually an option to toggle that I've just completely missed? No. No, that's the keyboard. So, like, you can see, like, focus, hold. What the... Shit.
I mean, is it enough to completely put you off, or... Well,
no.
I'm guessing not, but...
No, I think, as it stands, I intend to see Darksiders 3 out through to the end.
So I like this question. Do you feel that any unique part of this game was inspired by another game, book, or movie? There's 2 others before it.
Well, there's 2 others before it, and a lot of Darksiders, a lot of Dark Souls, a lot of Zelda. You know, you can't... Like, there is... If I had to choose which game that inspired this more, other than its own franchise, I would argue Zelda inspired this more than Dark Souls.
Well, I think that's where that's the original basis of it, really, isn't it? Actually, that's one thing we've not covered in this so far, is putting it whereabouts it is in regards to the plot of the other 2.
Okay, so...
Are we recording again?
We're back. So, in terms of where it sits in the other 2, so, from what I understand, the first one has the starting point, where it's the apocalypse, and then all of War's shenanigans happens 100 years later, right?
Yes.
Death's plot happens... God, when does Death's plot happen?
I think Death's plot happens
during the 100 years.
During the 100 years, and ends around the time, and it does cross over with some of War's stuff.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, but this right now is certainly during the 100 years time, and is in parallel with Death.
Right, but do you feel that there's? Did I ask this question? I think I can't remember. I think I started and we got sidetracked. Are there any other games that this could learn from? Or vice versa? I think there's going to be a yes.
I would say it should learn from its predecessors and Zelda. Like, those puzzle boss fights were so much more interesting than this.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, wait.
Why are you on fire?
Yeah.
Oh, is that...
So, one of the things you get are these special extra weapons, right?
Right.
So, nunchucks and this lance. Now, the nunchucks, you know, they put me on fire. The lance makes me all... It's like storm. Oh, wait,
yeah,
that's the word.
I was going to say lightnings.
Yeah, you can turn it off. But then, at that point in time, you have no alt weapon on you.
Right.
Right. It won't have any plot. I can try and do the next boss, but I don't think I'll succeed in doing it. So I'm going to go this way instead. I honestly... Oh, man! I hate these. I hate them so goddamn much.
Did that just appear out of the floor?
No, it appeared out of a bloody... glorified loot chest.
Ah.
Not loot chest, but, you know, box. A glorified box on the floor. Which you can sometimes get stuff out of, but in this case, just punishment and death. This is on normal game, on normal difficulty, by the way. Right?
Okay.
It is so
it's basically a mimic?
No, so basically you can see it there on the right, it's that cocoon. Now,
Yeah.
I just broke one, and I can break these 3, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they will have stuff in them, you know.
Other times they'll have death.
Other times, oh no, it gets worse, right? Sometimes you can break it open, and a dead one will fall out on you. Scares the living shit out of me. I swear to God. Right, come on, there we go.
What the hell is it?
It's like a
Apart from nasty.
freaking slug bug thing. But you can see how difficult it is with the camera just getting like all up and look, camera, walls, tight spaces are not fun for this.
Oh, it's very like it reminds me of Soul Reaver. At times there were times in Soul Reaver you wanted to punch the camera.
Yep. Motherfucker, seriously. I don't know if you saw that. A dead one just fell out of the cocoon.
I don't know if it... Well, I'm guessing it's going to be classed as a port because most of these things are designed for consoles.
Yeah, like... This is one thing that I'm not happy with. They turned around and said that this will run... Like, its recommended graphics card is a 970, right?
Right.
I have a 970... Oh, NVIDIA 970 GTX. I have an NVIDIA 970 GTX. And sometimes the frame rate just tanks, right? And I'm sure the reason why it tanks is because it's loading another area, like all open world like. And I notice it. I notice it a lot.
But yeah, other than that and the odd bit of frame rate, is it running okay or and
It for the most part it does run okay. I'll actually put up I'll put a link in the description below. Sorry, to my current PC spec when I was playing this, because I do intend to get myself a new graphics card. But yeah, I'm playing on a 970, and sometimes the frame rate does drop a little bit.
yeah, okay. But is it? It's not enough to put you off.
No, I mean, like, the frame rate's a lot... Oh, motherfucker! The frame rate is a lot lower now, only because I'm recording.
Yeah. I'm just re-reviewing the questions again. We've talked about that. Is there any features that you would... Well, other than the camera, anything else that you would change?
Yeah, give me a map.
Add?
I want a map. Give me a map. Fuck's sake, I want a map.
No, it don't even have a very basic one, because at least, you know, again, using the first one, you had the sort of different areas that you could...
Nope.
Wow.
No map.
That's gonna suck.
No map.
Sucky.
No map. It... Honestly, it's... Like, for someone like me who is dyslexic, I can't remember every nook and cranny of the world, and this would drive me nuts.
Yeah. Well, for someone who is not dyslexic but plays these sorts of games, you need maps. You need maps just to sort of look at and remember where the hell you're going. Because, you know, again, using the first one as an example, because Blair, I think I seem to remember it had like an icon of the general direction where you need to go next.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't tell you how to get there. It was, this area is where you need to be. How do I get there? Figure it out! And then when you go into areas, you would unlock the maps. You would explore them, and you would, you know, go in the dungeons, and like Zelda games, you'd get the map, you'd get the compass, and the whatever. So map. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you were there. I remember you. You killed me so many times. I remember you.
From the recommendations that we've made, I'm assuming that the type of people that this would appeal to are people who like the Zelda action adventure, action RPG, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, anyone that likes single player games. So I know plenty of people that don't like games that don't have an end. They'd rather
Yeah.
just, know that there is an end in sight, get to the end of the narrative, and go from there.
Yeah. I probably would put myself in that camp.
Seriously.
Okay, so what score would you give out of 10? If you have to.
I like this game. I do like it. I like how brutal it is in gameplay, and I think it's very much the Western market trying to tap into that sort of action-adventure game that is known to be difficult and challenging, much like Nier Automata, much like Dark Souls, because there is obviously a market for it. But there are obviously people in the world that, Dark Souls and Nier Automata aren't there for, because, like, the Japanese games don't... They don't ever feel like a full package. They feel like this is part of a tailored suit, right? Here's the amazingly well-fitted suit jacket, but, the pants and everything else are left to be desired. Oh, I died! Bastard. Right, okay, so that's it for this episode of Game Taster Review, where Drew finally manages to do something about something and something. Fuck this game. And
where Drew dies a lot.
Yep.
And he just laughs.
And we will see you for the next review. If you have any suggestions on what games we should review, preferably not Getting Over It, because that game is a joke.
What?
It's a game called Getting Over It. It's like one of those horrible sim games. It's just it's gross. You have to use your mouse to climb over a mountain made of crap. It's just awful.
Oh, I think I've seen like stuff of that. You're like in a jar or something.
Yeah,
like
in a
that,
cauldron.
or... Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No
And
interest in that.
yeah, if you have any questions you wish to add to our roster of questions, or anything else you like what you saw, feel free to leave a comment in the description below. Oh god, comment in the comment section below. Also, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell button, hit that go away button, hit that oh my god, is he not going to stop talking now button. And we shall see you next time.
Bye bye!